Hello and welcome back to Flywheel Films. My name is Austin, and if you've watched the channel, you might recognize this NA. If you missed the videos that my good friend Nathan put on the channel a little while back, he bought this NA as a project car, and we want to do kind of a refresher on the channel because now Nathan lives like 20 minutes from me. So it's gonna be on the channel a lot more. So before we start throwing it on and start doing mods to it, I wanted to go over everything he's already done to the car, and for those who aren't acquainted, get you acquainted with it. So let's do a really quick walk around. I'll jump behind the camera. Nathan will walk me through everything he's done to the car, and then we might take it for a little spin. All right, here's Nathan.
Guess who's back?
Also, I just want to say, on the first video you put on this where you talked about your build plans, you had some haters.
I had a hater. I had a singular hater, and I remember you, and I thought of you every time I cleared my bank account to upgrade this car.
I'll put the comment on the screen here just because it was Nathan's fuel.
It was fuel, and you were semi-right. You said you'll never do these things. I did them all. Did it take me a long time? Maybe. What's your definition of never? We're here. It's today. Has it been a year and a half? Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So before we get into everything you've done to the car, let's talk a little bit about the backstory of it. So first of all, what is it?
This is a 1991 NA 1.6 Miata. It is my baby. Her name is Cherry. The red, I don't know if you remember from the first video, this was a black, nasty, plasti dipped mess. Now it is a chipped red mess.
Mostly red.
Yeah, mostly red. No, but so I got this from a trade. I traded in a 350,000 mile Chevy or
Dodge Ram, right?
Thank you. Dodge Ram 1500. It was on its way out. The guy, honestly, it wasn't. It was a good truck. It was a clean trade.
They're starting to need things as trucks do at 350,000 miles.
Yeah, and I was commuting to work an hour and 45 minutes every day at the time, and I was like, I need something more fuel efficient. Austin joked, what about a Miata? And I said, that sounds awesome. So I got one.
And I remember the first time you drove it, you're like, I totally get it. Because you were like, dude, why Miata? Why Miata? I was like, you just have to drive one. Like, you just have to take one for a spin. And I don't know, like, were you asking to trade for a Miata, or was the guy you just randomly reach out?
I offered that truck to about 150 Miatas on Facebook Marketplace, and he was the only one that said yes.
That is hilarious.
Yep.
So, yeah, you've had it for how long now? A little over a year?
A little over a year. I think it was a year and 3 months, 3 or 4 months. So almost a year and a half.
For those unacquainted with the, I'm going to use that word a lot in this video apparently. If you're not familiar with the NA Miata, it spanned from, I think 89 was the first year, I think 90 maybe was the first year we got it in the States. And it came in a 1.6 and a 1.8, but the 1.8 wasn't till 93. Yeah, so this is early Miata, one of the first years, and it has the 1.6, which is, I feel like, somewhat beloved by the community.
Sure. If you were to ask me, Nathan, why 1.6, I would say because I didn't know the difference when I bought this car, and it was the only one that would say yes to my truck trade. However, I am now a 1.6 fan just because it's what I got. So.
Yeah. So, really beautiful red. I feel like this is kind of quintessential NA Miata. Like, all the press material was that beautiful red color. So obviously, aesthetically, just looking at it now, there are some pretty big upgrades and updates made to the aesthetics of this car. So let's jump into those. Obviously, the front bumper was not this color when you bought it. So that was one of the big projects you undertook. And then with that, you did
new turn signals.
Because they're like the sequential ones, pretty neat.
Yeah.
And then, are those like Jeep headlights? They look like Jeep
headlights.
They are
Jeep headlights. The same Amazon $100 Jeep headlights. For what it's worth, I like them a lot. This is most likely operator error. I am having issues where my turn signals will trip my breaker often. Trip my breakers, you know what I mean? Blow my fuses.
Yeah.
That's probably me. Yeah. But regardless of that, they're great headlights. They're bright when they need to be. They look cool on the on
position. This thing at night with like your like whatever DRLs on the turn signal and your the rings on the light on the headlights.
They're sick.
Very cool.
I'm a big fan of them. I think they look great. They kind of add to that like character of a Miata, making it look more eye-like.
Yeah.
So I like it a lot.
And then moving around the car,
Yeah.
So obviously you got some really nice bronze wheels. These are MSTs.
Time
and they're
attacks, yeah.
15 by
15 by 8
8?
with 0 offset. So.
And then you got some Toyos on there. And what are you running on your tire size? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I'm gonna have to cut this out, but I'm gonna look. I don't remember.
195, 45, 15.
Yeah.
So definitely a little bit of a stretch on an 8 wide.
Yeah.
But I know that's kind of the fitment you're going for, and it works. It definitely works.
I wanted the Slam to look without too much camber or looking wide.
Yeah. So I think this is great. And then obviously it is not the stock ride height. NA's stock ride height is comically tall.
Yeah.
I would know because I had an NA with stock ride height.
I'll see if I can find pictures of when I put the tires on before the coilovers, and it really looked like it was about to go mudding.
It looked goofy.
It looked very
and
goofy.
Those coilovers you have are Meisters.
Yes, the Zeta CRD.
Which we are a big fan of Meister on this channel, if you haven't seen already. So yeah, really, really big fan of like the overall aesthetic of this car. It's not perfect, but the fact that you traded a truck that was probably worth like $2,000, maybe on a good day.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's awesome that you picked up a Miata. On the interior, I think that's like, this car is really, really clean on the inside.
I mean, not actually clean, but in good shape.
Yeah, as far as like, the seats are in really great condition. And then your dash and center console, all in one piece.
Really, the only blemish is the dash has this tiny crack where the defrost vents, and then this red button has, I must have broken down a lot. It's got a lot of use on the hazard switch, but other than that, it's in really good shape.
And then steering wheel's a little rough, but I mean it's to be expected.
Sandpaper hands.
Yeah, my NA also, the steering wheel was coming apart, but I mean leather that's 30 years, over 30 years. That's crazy. This car is that old. And then, other than the aesthetics, when you bought this, you didn't do many modifications, but you did a lot of reliability and like service that was looked to be fairly neglected.
That was my biggest concern because I was driving long distances every time I drove this car. For a period of time, I was driving it an hour 45 daily, 2 ways, and then I was driving it from Texas to Arkansas on a regular basis as well. So. Long distance reliability was huge for me. We replaced all the hoses, all the heater hoses and, coolant hoses, etc. Did a timing belt replacement, water pump service. Replaced it with a Gates belt. What else?
The valve cover?
New valve cover. Well, it's the same valve cover, just
painted.
And
real quick. Check that out.
It doesn't look good.
Pop the hood.
There's a story. There's a story for the valve cover. When I was repainting this valve cover, I had it looked great. And I got tedious while I was drying, and I said, I want to make the letters look a little better, and I dropped it while it was still wet. So it peeled off, and I had to repaint it again. So it's chipping and not good. That was
from a distance, it looks cool. It's a little dirty under here, obviously.
Yes.
This has been a workhorse for a while.
Yeah, it's been commuting. I have not had time to detail it. But yeah, I mean, I think
so. Yeah, a lot of reliability upgrade, or not
just service. We replaced
a ton of service.
If it touches oil, the seal has been replaced. Aside from the rear main, which is still leaking to this day. I need to do that soon. I'm going to do that when we do the clutch replacement. But I haven't had any issues, so it just hasn't really been a priority yet. This thing runs like a top.
Plugs.
Yeah, plugs. Everything. The coil wires, plug wires. What do you want to call them?
Valve cover gasket.
I didn't cheap out on anything that came to reliability. So when I went to like seals or
you're doing all
water
OEM,
pumps, all OEM. Yeah. Everything's OEM except for, the belt's a Gates belt.
Yeah.
These are NGK plug cables.
This is like all of the Miata guys' recommendations.
Yes. I read forums like they were going out of style for everything that I've done to this car.
Yeah, it was shocking. So when you were commuting up here, because you got a job up here before you moved up here.
Yep.
So in that kind of in between, which was about 2 months, you were driving this thing like 4.5 hours each way.
Yeah.
Like at least once a week.
Yep.
So that was pretty crazy. You're putting that amount of mileage on an NA with no AC in the summer at heavy, which is wild.
Yeah. Which, for those of you that know about NA air conditioning systems, the old refrigerant is not legal anymore. So replacing the system costs more than what I paid for the car.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things, we throw the top down and we thug it out.
Well, this thing is very, very cool. It reminds me a lot of the NA that I owned for a short time. And let's take it for a really quick spin. I just want to give y'all a quick driving impression of the car. And then, yeah, we'll close this one out. I'm always pleasantly surprised at how well I fit in NAs. Like, when I had mine, I would get looks pretty consistently at gas stations.
Getting out.
Like, I would get out and they realize that, like, I'm not, like, a super small person.
Excuse.
But, yeah, I fit really comfortably in an NA. I also think it has to do with, like, proportions. I don't have, like, I feel like I'm not super long-legged.
Yeah, I'd say I'm more legs than torso, and I don't struggle in this car at all.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable even on a long ride. My lower back, maybe not, but legs, fine.
Oh, yeah.
Warning, that may have tripped the turn signals.
We'll find out. Yeah, dude, I think you got an automatic brake pedal on this thing.
Yeah, wifey, dude. Sounds faster than she is.
Where's the, I was looking for a window switch. There's no window switches.
Not
Come
in this
on,
one.
Not in this one. What a riot of a little car, dude.
This is hands down the most fun vehicle I've ever owned as far as driving goes.
I think what I love most about NAs is they feel every bit as small as they are. Like, it feels like a street legal go-kart.
Yep.
I feel like every time, look at that little Z3 Roadster, very cool. Every time I drive in NA, it's a reminder of why the Miata is as successful of a car as it is. This is a fun little road here.
Yeah, it is.
Fast, it is not.
No. No, it is not. Yet.
But I'm having a whole lot of fun though. Man, this brings me back. I say that like I was around when it first came out. This brings me back to when I owned mine like 6 years ago. I don't have to worry about speeding much in this, which is just nice.
No, you know. Oh, yeah. P.S.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Odometer reads 10 miles faster than it should. It's to give the illusion of speed.
Yeah, the previous owner, like, just whatever,
Tweaked it.
messed up the calibration on the speed sensor just so he could feel like he was going faster than he was. Tell all his friends.
I don't know that Michael picked this. I was telling Austin one day, I go, I hit 110 miles an hour today. I can't believe it. This was prior to me discovering that the odometer is 10 miles an hour off. So I've hit 100 in this thing.
Is it downhill?
Yes. I wish you could have driven it before
Oh,
all the
yeah.
stuff I've done. 'Cause
Yeah.
It drives so much better.
It's such a drivable car, too. Like, the transmission is so easy. It's super forgiving as far as, like, inputs. I'm such a fan of the way NAs drive. Like, I love my NC for its daily ability and, like, practicality. But for, like, raw driving experience, NAs are just so, so good.
Oh, this is the road I was talking about. The very crooked, very steep
Yeah.
thing.
Anytime you see that sign, you know you're in for a good time in a Miata. I bet that Mercedes makes quadruple the horsepower of this.
Not wrong. I don't know what the stock horsepower of a 1.6
Like
is,
seven,
but
I don't
I
know.
think it's definitely sub 100.
Oh yeah, I think there's like literally 81 probably,
Yeah.
like 81 at the crank.
Yeah, but mark my words, Comet hater, the turbo will be done.
I will say in an NA, I'm definitely a little more fearful because safety technology has come a long way. And it's so small that I think it's easy to be missed
Yes.
in like traffic and such.
Well,
That's a little daunting. A trip down memory lane. I say like, I owned my NA for like 3 months. So I don't know why I'm so nostalgic, but I guess maybe that shows how special these cars are. No, Nathan, thanks for letting me drive it. Excited to have it on the channel more, kind of unboxing it, if we can say that. I might bleep that out, I might not, we'll see. Another thing that Nathan wanted to point out, which I think is hilarious, is yes, the body is in rough condition, but funny enough, some of the door dings are not old.
I can pick it up. Well, yeah, there it is. No one can see me in parking lots.
Yeah, it is wild when you're in a Miata, especially NA, like this is much lower than my car. If you're in a parking lot, like you can look out straight out your window if you're in like a regular size sedan and not even see it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. If you enjoyed,
Stop.
Yo, Zen, get your boy, dog.
that's ridiculous. If you enjoyed this video, definitely let us know. Obviously, we are a very NC focused channel with my car and my brother's car being the primary cars on the channel, but we'd love to change that. We want to start featuring more cars, more generations of Miata. So if you enjoyed this content, definitely leave us some love, like the video, leave a comment, let us know what you think we should do to this car next. Should we do exhaust stuff? Should we do more like paint correction, fixing that? Should we do some interior restoration stuff? Like this car is a really fun blank slate. So let us know what you've done, what you think we should do, and you'll see this car here again soon.